This sets the stage. We're working with Sklearn, a popular machine learning library in Python, and specifically its arrayfuncs module. We have two arrays, x and y, filled with numbers. The goal is to find the average of their element-wise product. Sounds fun, right? This sets the stage. We're working with Sklearn, a popular machine learning library in Python, and specifically its arrayfuncs module. We have two arrays, x and y, filled with numbers. The goal is to find the average of their element-wise product. Sounds fun, right? This sets the stage. We're working with Sklearn, a popular machine learning library in Python, and specifically its arrayfuncs module. We have two arrays, x and y, filled with numbers. The goal is to find the average of their element-wise product. Sounds fun, right? This line defines array x. It's a 2x2 matrix, 2 rows, 2 columns, with the values 1, 2, 3, and 4 arranged as shown. NP is short for NumPy, a fundamental library for numerical computation in Python. This line defines array x. It's a 2x2 matrix, 2 rows, 2 columns, with the values 1, 2, 3, and 4 arranged as shown. NP is short for NumPy, a fundamental library for numerical computation in Python. This line defines array x. It's a 2x2 matrix, 2 rows, 2 columns, with the values 1, 2, 3, and 4 arranged as shown. NP is short for NumPy, a fundamental library for numerical computation in Python. This line is similar to the previous one, but it defines array y. It also holds a 2x2 matrix with the values 5, 6, 7, and 8. This line is similar to the previous one, but it defines array y. It also holds a 2x2 matrix with the values 5, 6, 7, and 8. This line is similar to the previous one, but it defines array y. It also holds a 2x2 matrix with the values 5, 6, 7, and 8. This signals that we have multiple choices to pick from. We need to select the best approach for calculating the average of the element-wise product of x and y. This signals that we have multiple choices to pick from. We need to select the best approach for calculating the average of the element-wise product of x and y. This signals that we have multiple choices to pick from. We need to select the best approach for calculating the average of the element-wise product of x and y. Option A shows a way to solve the problem. First, does element-wise multiplication of x and y. This means that corresponding elements in x and y are multiplied. Then, calculates the average of all elements in the resulting array. Option A shows a way to solve the problem. First, does element-wise multiplication of x and y. This means that corresponding elements in x and y are multiplied. Then, calculates the average of all elements in the resulting array. Option A shows a way to solve the problem. First, does element-wise multiplication of x and y. This means that corresponding elements in x and y are multiplied. Then, calculates the average of all elements in the resulting array. Option C is a shorter way of doing the same thing as option A. The asterisk operator in NumPy provides the element-wise multiplication like, so this is more concise. Option C is a shorter way of doing the same thing as option A. The asterisk operator in NumPy provides the element-wise multiplication like, so this is more concise. Option C is a shorter way of doing the same thing as option A. The asterisk operator in NumPy provides the element-wise multiplication like, so this is more concise. This quiz focuses on performing array operations using Sklearn, a popular machine learning library in Python. Specifically, it tests your understanding of how to perform element-wise multiplication and calculate the mean of the resulting array. The core of the quiz is about performing an element-wise multiplication between two arrays and finding the average value of the elements in the resulting array. This is a common task in data analysis and machine learning. Here, a NumPy array named x is defined. NumPy, numerical Python, is a fundamental library for numerical computations in Python. The array x is a 2x2 matrix containing the values 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's visualize it. A table with 2 rows and 2 columns filled with those numbers. Similarly, another 2x2 NumPy array y is defined, containing values 5, 6, 7, and 8. Think of it as another 2 by 2 table. This option uses NumPy functions. NP. Multiply performs element-wise multiplication between arrays x and y. Multiplying corresponding elements. NP. Mean then computes the average of all the resulting elements. This option incorrectly uses scikit-learn's arrayfun CS . While scikit-learn is often used with NumPy, arrayfun CS doesn't directly support element-wise multiplication or mean calculation. This option attempts to use a function that finds the minimum and maximum values, which is incorrect for this task. This option is a more concise way to achieve the same outcome as option A in NumPy. The asterisk operator is overloaded to perform element-wise multiplication. It computes the mean of the result of element-wise multiplication of x and y. Similar to option B, this option mistakenly utilizes arrayfun CS from scikit-learn. This specific function from arrayfun CS checks the compatibility of arrays shapes and formats, not performing the required arithmetic operation. This quiz question tests your understanding of how to perform array operations using scikit-learn, specifically focusing on the use of NumPy within the context of the scikit-learn library. It's designed to see if you know how to combine functions from different parts of scikit-learn, or if you even know that it might not be the best place to look for simple operations. It assesses knowledge of basic NumPy array operations, but in the context of how they fit into a larger machine learning workflow. The problem introduces two arrays, x and y. Each is a 2 by 2 matrix. X contains the values 1, 2, 3, 4, and y will contain other values. Its exact value isn't critical to understanding the core task. It is a very important step to understand how to represent arrays, because this is an essential skill in any computer programming related to data science and machine learning. This step involves performing element-wise multiplication on arrays x and y. Element-wise multiplication means multiplying corresponding elements from the arrays. For example, if y were 5, 6, 7, 8, then this means multiplying 1 * 5, 2 * 6, 3 * 7, and 4 * 8, producing a new array. It's a fundamental array operation used extensively in various computations. Once the element-wise product is calculated, the next step is to find the average, the mean, of all the elements in the resulting array. This is a fundamental statistical operation. For example, suppose the element-wise product resulted in the array A, B, C, D. The mean would be A plus B plus C plus D, 4. NumPy offers a handy function to calculate this efficiently. This option uses NumPy functions. NP. Multiply performs element-wise multiplication of arrays x and y. NP. Mean then calculates the mean of the resultant array. This is a straightforward and correct way to solve the problem. Notice that it only uses NumPy, not the arrayfun CS module. This option tries to use the Sklearn utils arrayfun CS module. But arrayfun CS.min_max_axis finds minimum and maximum values, not the mean. This highlights a crucial point that scikit-learn's arrayfun CS does not contain many basic arithmetic functions. This is a concise alternative to option A. Python's *** operator directly performs element-wise multiplication on NumPy arrays. Combined with NP, mean it achieves the same correct result as option A, but in a more compact way. Option D also incorrectly uses the arrayfun CS module. Arrayfun CS check _x_y checks if inputs are suitable for particular models. It has nothing to do with calculating means or products. This option is incorrect. This is the final question, asking you to choose the correct answers based on your understanding of the problem's steps and the available options. It is testing your understanding of NumPy, your ability to read and understand code and functions, and your understanding of when a module is appropriate to use. This line defines a NumPy array with 2 rows and 2 columns. Numerical Python is a powerful library for numerical computation in Python. The array contains the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 arranged in a 2 by 2 matrix. Similarly, this line defines another NumPy array with the same dimensions, 2 by 2, containing the numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's crucial to note that both arrays have compatible shapes for element-wise operations. This describes the core operation of the problem. Element-wise multiplication means multiplying corresponding elements from two arrays. For instance, the top left element of the result would be 1 * 5, the top right would be 2 * 6, and so on. This shows two ways to perform element-wise multiplication in NumPy. Is the explicit function call. Is a more concise way that leverages Python's operator overloading. It does the same multiplication implicitly. This displays the result of the element-wise multiplication. And these values form the resultant 2 by 2 array. After performing element-wise multiplication, the next step is to calculate the mean, average, of all the elements in the resulting array. This is the NumPy function used to compute the mean or average of the elements in an array. This is the final answer. The mean of the resulting array, 5, 12, 21, 32, is 5 plus 12 plus 21 plus 32, 4 equals 17.5. This code snippet first performs element-wise multiplication using and then calculates the mean of the result using. It's a correct way to solve the problem. This achieves the same result as option A, but in a more compact manner by directly using the operator for element-wise multiplication. It's also a correct solution. The problem starts by introducing two arrays, x and y, which are crucial for the calculations that follow. These arrays represent the data we will be working with. They are 2 by 2 matrices containing numerical values. This sets the stage for the core task, performing element-wise multiplication and finding the mean. Array X holds the values 1, 2, 3, and 4, arranged in a 2 by 2 matrix. Each value occupies a specific position, row, column, within the structure. These values will be multiplied element-wise with the corresponding elements in array Y. Similarly, array Y contains the values 5, 6, 7, and 8, also in a 2 by 2 matrix form. Each element in Y will interact with the corresponding element in X during element-wise multiplication. This step involves multiplying corresponding elements from arrays X and Y. For instance, 1 from X will be multiplied by 5 from Y, resulting in 5. This process is repeated for all corresponding pairs of elements. The result of this operation is a new array containing the products. NumPy, N-P-Y, a powerful Python library for numerical computing, provides two equivalent ways to achieve element-wise multiplication. (NP). Multiply x, y, or the simpler (x*y). Both methods accomplish the same task, which is multiplying individual array elements. After performing element-wise multiplication, the resulting array shows the products. 1 times 5 equals 5, 2 times 6 equals 12, 3 times 7 equals 21, and 4 times 8 equals 32, organized in the same 2 by 2 matrix structure. The next step is to calculate the average, mean, of all the elements in the resulting array from the element-wise multiplication. This step involves summing all the elements, 5 plus 12 plus 21 plus 32, and dividing by the total number of elements, 4. NumPy's (NP) mean function efficiently computes the mean of an array. We apply this function to the array obtained from element-wise multiplication to calculate the overall average. The final answer, the mean of the resulting array, 5, 12, 21, 32, is 17.5, which is the average of all elements in the resulting array after element-wise multiplication. This question is about calculating the mean of the element-wise product of two arrays using NumPy, which is indirectly related to scikit-learn because scikit-learn uses NumPy for array operations. It tests whether you understand how to perform element-wise multiplication and calculating means with NumPy. It's a bit of a trick question, really. The problem asks you to find the average value of each corresponding element multiplied together in arrays X and Y. Let's clarify some terms. NumPy's (NP) array creates arrays, and (np). Multiply performs element-wise multiplication, while (np) mean calculates the average. The goal is to understand how to perform these operations in the context of scikit-learn's interaction with NumPy. These lines define two 2x2 NumPy arrays. X contains 1, 2, 3, 4, and Y contains 5, 6, 7, 8. We will perform operations on these arrays. Let's visualize it. Imagine X and Y as tables of numbers. This line introduces the multiple choice options for calculating the mean of the element-wise product of the given arrays. Now, let's see which approach gets us the correct solution. This option attempts to use scikit-learn's @arrayfun.cs module but incorrectly uses @arrayfun.cs.min_max_axis . This function finds the minimum and maximum values, not the mean. This is not the way to go. Option C directly uses the *** operator for element-wise multiplication in NumPy, then takes the mean using (np), mean . This is equivalent to option A, but more concise. Another valid approach. Option D calls **arrayfun.cs check_x_y , which is used for input validation in scikit-learn, not for calculating the mean. This isn't our choice.